Welcome back to my channel. I am literally staring. I just completely looked into one of my lights and now I can't see. So I'm staring at a white spot that's right about here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to talk today about a book I absolutely devoured a few days ago. It's called Black Coats by Colleen Oakes. She's a local author to me. I live in a suburb south of Denver, and I think she lives in Denver. So she had her release party at the local bookstore at the Tattered Cover, which is my favorite place. So to summarize the book, it is basically, the reason I devoured it so quickly is because it is a book that I thought about. Hold on a second. Violet Catherine. Black Coats is basically a book that I not only thought about, but told my 12-year-old daughter that would make an amazing story just a few months ago with all of the Me Too stuff that has been happening, and all of the pressing evidence that not the majority, but too many men are basically trash fires who don't care about women at all. I was like, wouldn't a story about girls who just have superpowers or extra strength or whatever and go around seeking justice for women who are harmed, wouldn't that be awesome? And that's basically what Black Coats is. It's about an organization of young women who the sole purpose of the organization is to get justice for women, or against men who harm women. And the concept alone was enthralling to me. And the book itself goes into a lot of themes about vigilantism and whether or not vigilantism is right. And when I was talking to Colleen Oakes after her little talk at her release party, there's an epilogue, and we were talking about the epilogue. And there were some people who expressed some concerns during the Q&A portion about the epilogue and about how, questions about right or wrong. And basically I was like, this book is not a moral treatise. It is not saying that doing any of these things are right, but there is a certain portion of the population, and I think it's going to be generational, that is glad the epilogue is there. And then maybe the older generations. I am old, but I most often find myself identifying with younger people. I don't know if my brain's just not mature or what. I mean, I read YA. I like current music, most of it. And like generationally, even though I'm born on the dividing line, I identify as a millennial. But I think that it's just another one of those things where I'm going to identify more with the opinion of the younger generations, where the epilogue was not right or wrong, but it's cathartic, and it was necessary for the closure of the characters. Otherwise, I love the book. I read it in about 4 hours. And it's a 375-page book, so that makes me sound all impressive. But it's, I would say it's geared towards a younger YA audience, there's not that much violence in the book, despite the concept. But it's got bigger print. Not bigger print, but the print is more spaced out. It wasn't as difficult as it sounds to have read in that short a time. And most of the people that I've talked to who read it, especially since it was released on Tuesday, read it about that fast. I think my biggest complaint about the book is it is a little not oversimplified. There are things that I would have liked to see more development on. I would have actually liked to see it drawn out into a series. I know a lot of people are getting tired of the typical YA trilogy. I am far more likely to read a book if it's going to be a series. I want to get drawn in by characters, and I want them to just open up everything. Like, I want trilogies and I want prequels, and there's probably a good reason that I love Cassandra Clare, because she does all of that and she keeps you in this one world really, really well. That said, I do feel like it would be an appropriate book for the younger YA audience because of it. It doesn't overanalyze anything. It is a fast and fairly easy read. I would definitely be mindful of some certain triggers when recommending it to younger girls. There are they're not terribly graphics, but there are depictions of violence towards women. and one scene that it's about a rape, but that doesn't say rape or describe it in very much detail. So just keep that in mind going into the book, or if you're recommending it to someone else. But otherwise, it's an absolutely entrancing read that you will devour in a very short period of time. And if you're looking for something, especially if you need something in your life that is fast, relatively easy, and in a way cathartic, if you're dealing with your own Me Too issues or just general frustration towards men, it's a good book. It's a good book, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, Black Coats, go out and pick it up at your local bookstore. I would definitely, always check your local bookstore, but you're probably going to have to ask them to order it. But yeah, thanks for watching.